got for you today is we're going to change the battery in this Super Nintendo cartridge without losing any of the save game data. What we're going to need is a game bit screwdriver, the smaller kind, to open the cartridge, some solder wick, some solder, a replacement battery for the cartridge, a 3-volt battery pack of some kind. Doesn't matter if it's AA's or something else, as long as it puts out 3 volts DC. A flux pen, a pair of angled tweezers, and you probably want something to clean up the circuit a bit after. So some IPA rubbing alcohol, Q-tips, toothbrush, something like that. So what we'll do is we'll just get started by opening up the cartridge. And here we've got our board. So the top on these batteries is the positive terminal, and the bottom is your negative. So if you take a look at the new battery here, got a little plus on the top, and the entire bottom shield is negative. So to preserve our data, what we want to do is we want to connect our battery pack, red lead to the positive side, black lead to the negative side, but not right on the terminals where the battery connects to the board. We want to find something on the same pad. So for instance, with the positive, which comes through here, which is the fatter terminal, there's 2 little solder points right here and here that we can use to do that. On the negative, there's lots of them scattered all over the board. So all I'm going to do is get a little bit of solder here. And a little bit of fresh solder on that bead. I'm going to do the same thing to this here one. Take the red lead, place it over and just push it in with the iron. And there we go, it's in. Let's give it a tiny, almost no strength tug, just to make sure it's secure. Then you just want to take your black lead and do the same on the negative side. There you go. So you now have this powering the system, or the board. Keep the memory good. So now we can remove the old battery. First thing we want to do for that, put a little bit of fresh solder on their pads. The idea is to lower the melting temperature. Then we're going to take our tweezers, slip them in under the battery like that, and just apply a tiny bit of pressure. We're not trying to pry it here, we're just trying to apply pressure. And we're just going to heat up the pad, and the side will lift right out. And you just reverse your tweezers. And again, you're just putting a little bit of twisting pressure, do not pry. Again, heat up your pad. Keep your twisting motion up, and it comes right out. So there's our disregarded battery. That is not what I need. There we go. Just take a little bit of soldering braid and sop up some of the extra solder. You don't apply a lot of pressure, you just move this back and forth over the connection. Or the pad, sorry. Okay, so we got a little bit of solder stuck in the hole there. So what we'll do is we'll just apply a little bit of no clean flux to the hole and a little bit to the soldering braid. That should help it get sucked into the braid. And of course it's not. So you can just take your tip of your soldering iron, poke it there, just to make it reflow a little bit. And it's being stubborn. Let's take a look at the other side to see if it's come through. Yeah, so we've got a bunch on this side. So we'll just try and desolder it from the opposite side. There was an awful lot of solder on the pads. That's probably why it's giving us so much grief. Apply a little more flux. See if we can clean that out of the hole. Okay, so it's not cooperating. But worry not. We can take the battery, put our leg right up to the hole that's plugged, and we just heat the hole up with our iron, and the leg will come right through. We take our other leg and we stuff it into its appropriate hole. And we apply some solder to secure the leg. And just put a little on the other leg. Just quickly inspect our solder joints. Just got a little more flux on this one. And then we can, once we're convinced our joints are good, we can just remove our battery leads. With alcohol, just to clean up the small mess we made on the back of the cartridge here. Okay, there we have it. So stick it back into its shell. Remember to put the lid back on the flux pen. And we'll test it out in the machine. And there we have it. The save files are still there with the fresh battery in. Cartridges has got a new battery, it's cleaned up, and we still have our save files. Hope you found that useful. If you like this kind of content, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.